is not enough. In fact, knowing, hearing, and saying is really not much at all. It's hardly any different from gossip, unless you do something about it. You know, they say talk is cheap. A lot of people use a lot of empty words, and I think probably in an election year we're going to hear a whole lot more empty words than we're going to hear anything with content. They just don't mean what they say. Words are used as a part of a deal, you know. It's not because you mean it or you're going to do it. You're just going to use it till you get your way, and then you go on and do something else. Am I the one who's noticed that's been going on? It's a plague in today's politics. Empty words. Talk is cheap. You know, last April when I preached about the second of today's text, the one about the foolish man who built his house upon the sand, I passed out a magnet. And I brought along another dozen or so, or 2 dozen, just in case our scouts wanted to have one. You're welcome to have one today. I passed out a magnet and it has a UCC slogan on it. It reminds us to believe is to care, and to care is to do. Saying that we believe is good, yes, but it's not enough. Even caring deeply climate change, caring deeply race relations, caring deeply Native American concerns, caring, you believe it, you care it, but we have to move what we believe from our mouth to our muscles. We have to move from knowing with our brains to doing in our behavior. That list of 12 character traits that a good scout promises to be, like that list of Christian beatitudes, needs to be something that we actually do. I think Jesus had that concern in mind when he ended his Sermon on the Mount, because it's precisely this failing to take action which constitutes the weak foundation, says Jesus in his story. He says, the foolish man who built his house on sand is the one who heard these words and did not put them into practice. Our structure of reality will not survive the coming storm if we take no action consequent to what we say we believe. If what we've heard and what we say we believe and what we know to be true doesn't have any effect on our behavior, it does no one no good, no how. Jesus' Sermon on the Mount shook the religious foundations like a hurricane in his day, and here we are 2,000 years later, still quoting him, still wondering if we'll get that list right. But when that storm settled, there were plenty of houses still standing, and it's precisely those places where just deeds, that is, doing things God's way, following God's will, had followed the path set by Jesus' words. So my prayer is that our houses will be found standing among them on that great day. We hear God's call, we listen to Jesus' words, we believe him, we know he's telling the truth, but it won't make much of a difference until we act on it. As the Nike ad says, just do it. Do God's will on earth as it is in heaven. Do God's will God's way in Jesus' name. For Christ's sake. And in so doing, may we begin to change the world for the good. Amen.